Have you ever wondered why life seems to throw certain obstacles in your path? Why does it sometimes feel like you're fighting battles others can't even begin to understand? What if, just maybe, these struggles were not random? What if you were chosen for something greater, something divine? What if your childhood held the very clues, the signs, that prove you were destined for something extraordinary? Before we dive into this life-changing message, take a moment to do these three things. First, hit that like button to send a signal of gratitude into the universe. Second, subscribe to our channel and help us reach 5,000 subscribers. Let's grow this family of believers. Lastly, leave a comment with the number 99 as a symbol of faith and a powerful signal to the universe to amplify the energy of this video. If you're truly one of the chosen ones, you'll stick with us until the end. Now, let's get started. We often go through life feeling lost, questioning our worth and purpose. There are days when everything seems impossible, and the weight of the world feels like it's on our shoulders. Financial struggles, broken relationships, the battle within your own mind. It all seems too much. You feel alone, unsure of where to turn or who to turn to. The pain feels heavy, and the answers seem distant. But deep down, there's a whisper, a knowing that you are here for a reason. There's a feeling that your struggles are not random, that your very existence was planned, designed, and chosen. Have you ever had a sense, maybe since you were a child, that something bigger was in store for you? That even when everything seemed to fall apart, there was a reason for it? Well, today we're diving into something deeply personal and spiritual, the signs from your childhood that prove you were chosen by God. This message is not for everyone. It's for those who have endured hardship, those who have questioned their purpose, and for those who are ready to believe that there is more to this life than what meets the eye. If you've ever felt like you were meant for something greater, then this message is for you. It's for you to remember, to reflect, and to believe that even as a child, God had His hand on your life. Let me take you back to a time when you were a child. Maybe it was a moment when you felt abandoned, when your heart was shattered, or when you were misunderstood. As a child, the world may have seemed cruel. Perhaps your home wasn't always filled with love, or maybe you faced hardships no child should ever have to face. There's a certain emptiness that comes with being young and feeling like you don't belong. For some, it might have been poverty, watching your parents struggle to make ends meet. For others, it was loneliness, feeling like no one truly understood you. Or maybe it was the weight of betrayal from someone you loved. And for some of us, it was simply the overwhelming sense that we didn't fit in, that we were different, and we didn't know why. At that time, it might have seemed like there was no way out. You felt stuck in a cycle of pain, surrounded by darkness. You might have questioned, why me? Why is this happening to me? The truth is, these struggles, the pain, the confusion, the heartbreak, they were part of your journey. Even though you couldn't see it back then, those moments were shaping you, molding you, preparing you for the calling God had placed on your life. Every tear you shed, every lonely night you spent, every battle you fought within your own heart, they were not in vain. You may have felt like you were at your lowest, but in those moments, God was planting the seeds of resilience, strength, and purpose. Even when you felt forgotten, God never took His eyes off you. Even as a child, you were already chosen for something far greater than you could have imagined. But then, something began to change. It may have been subtle at first, but there was a flicker, a tiny spark, that refused to be extinguished. Even in the depths of your struggle, you could feel it. That quiet, still voice inside of you, the one that told you to keep going, that told you there was more to this story than just pain and suffering. For some of you, this turning point might have come when you least expected it. Maybe it was a conversation with someone who spoke life into you, or perhaps it was a sudden realization that even though everything around you was falling apart, you were still standing. Maybe it was the moment when, out of nowhere, a deep sense of peace washed over you despite the chaos. Faith, even in the smallest measure, began to rise within you. It wasn't the loud, bold faith of certainty. It was the quiet, humble faith that says, I trust that something better is ahead. In the midst of darkness, you began to believe, just a little bit, that God had a plan for you. It was in those quiet moments, often in silence, that you could feel His presence. It was a turning point, a moment when your faith began to ignite the power within you, to press on, no matter what you faced. And then, as the days passed, that small seed of faith began to grow. The breakthrough you had been waiting for began to unfold. It wasn't instant. It wasn't a magic fix to all of your problems, but something inside of you shifted. Suddenly, the impossible began to feel possible. This transformation was not just external, it was internal. You started to see yourself differently. No longer did you view yourself as a victim of circumstances, but as a warrior, someone with a divine purpose. You began to understand that the struggles you had faced were not to break you, but to build you. God's timing, as always, was perfect. The breakthrough didn't come too early, and it didn't come too late. It came exactly when it was meant to. The very challenges you faced were preparing you for the blessings you were about to receive. God was teaching you the strength of perseverance, the depth of faith, and the power of trust. Through this breakthrough, you realized that the love and faith you had been searching for in the world were already within you, planted by God Himself. And with that realization came the transformation. Your heart was healed, your mind was renewed, and your spirit was strengthened. You were no longer the person you once were. You had grown, and you were finally becoming who you were always meant to be. Now, standing at the threshold of your transformation, you have discovered something powerful. You have found inner peace. You have found your purpose. No longer are you defined by your past. No longer are you bound by the limitations of your childhood or the struggles you endured. You now walk with a deep sense of purpose, understanding that every step, every moment of hardship has led you to this place of spiritual alignment. Through your faith, God has granted you a renewed sense of direction and clarity. You now know that your life has meaning beyond what you once thought. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every moment of despair has been a stepping stone leading you to this very point. As you continue on this journey, you are no longer just a survivor. You are a beacon of light, a living testimony of God's grace and power. You were chosen by God, and your life is a testament to the miracles He can work through anyone willing to trust Him. So, let me leave you with this. No matter the struggles you face, no matter the darkness you encounter, never forget this truth. You were chosen. You were chosen by God for something extraordinary. Your struggles are not in vain, and your breakthrough is coming. Trust in God's perfect timing. Hold on to your faith. Keep pressing forward. Believe that no matter what, you are not alone. God has been with you every step of the way, and He will continue to guide you on this beautiful journey toward your purpose. Now, I want to challenge you. Take a step of faith today. Whatever it is that's been weighing on your heart, trust God with it. Whether it's through prayer, believing in yourself more deeply, or taking a practical step toward your purpose, today is the day to begin. Reflect on the signs from your childhood. Look back at the moments where God showed His hand in your life. And as you move forward, remember this: you were chosen. Your journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let's continue to spread this message of hope and transformation so that others too can experience the divine breakthrough waiting for them. As you journey forward, remember that your faith will carry you through. God is with you, and He has big plans for your life. Keep moving forward and trust in His guidance. You were chosen, and the world is waiting for you to step into your purpose.